Welcome to the studio, TV land thing, Mr. Jeremy Camp.
I love this because I can see your faces. This is so much fun to have interviews like this. Because you're smiling. This is great.
How long have you been in the band, Jeremy Camp?
They found me about 21 years ago. And
it just worked out that your name was the same name.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's real luck right there.
Thankful for that, for sure. Been a good run. We'll see if they keep me.
We'll see. Time will tell.
We're blessed to have you. Hashtag blessed. But obviously, we get to talk to you because of your brand new song, Getting Started.
Yeah.
Can you start telling us about Getting Started?
Yeah, this was actually interesting. I can get started talking about it.
Yeah, we're sorry about him.
There's going to be so many puns that are going to come from this whole thing.
I'm so sorry.
So no, it was actually, I wrote it during the whole pandemic when we were kind of all shut down. And there was kind of this feeling of people always there. I mean, when during the pandemic, everyone was like, man, like I feel alone. Some people didn't have people to hang out with all the time and they felt unseen. Yeah. And I think it was just kind of this moment of like confusion that I just felt like I wanted to write towards those that are feeling like they're lost and don't know what to do. And it was this moment of going, are you running around in circles, no place to go? Are you a person in the mirror that you don't even know, but someone still sees who you are? And it continues on just to say, are you the kid that was a dreamer, now you don't believe? Are you the lock that got so broken, now you lost the key? Someone still loves who you are. And it's basically saying, hey, someone sees you, you're not alone. And when you completely surrender your life to Christ, literally you're just getting started. And I love the scripture in 2 Corinthians 5:17, it says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old things have passed away, and behold, all things have become new. And I think for me, it's a gospel song. And it's also a song, I think, towards those that, because I kind of wrote it with a couple things in mind. It's to those that maybe don't know Christ and don't know, that feel lost, or those who feel lost and know Christ, but have been kind of stuck in a spot. Mm-hmm. They feel like that they're either, I'm too old or I'm too young or I can't be used. And it's like, God's not done with you yet, no matter what you've done, no matter what age you are. I think for me, it was that concept of saying that when you completely submit your life over to Christ in everything, as a non-believer or as a believer, when you finally say, I surrender everything, that's when I think you're just getting started. And God has so much more in store for you. He's not done with you yet.
Well, I'm ready to run through a brick wall. How about you guys?
Boom. Let's finish my coffee and let's get to it.
Let's go. So that is awesome. I think it's a message that is so needed by so many people. I think this also is the message that is so needed by so many people. Jeremy, what are you not good at? What are you not good at starting?
Yes.
Let's get some humanity on here.
You're a normal person, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like when I have projects or something I'm just not good at starting them. Like I put things off. I procrastinate on that. But once I'm in it, yeah, I do. I'm a terrible procrastinator. But once I start it, it's funny. Once I start it and finally take the dive, like I'm in, and then I'm like all focused on that. So it just takes that push, and I think that's kind of like a lot of people. Sometimes just the whatever it is, either the fear of taking the step or I want to get involved in this or whatever it is. But once you do, and once you're stepping into it, man, I feel like life comes out of me.
Yeah, almost every time you actually start, you take that first step, you go, oh, why did I take so long to actually engage? It's so much easier now.
Yeah. Well, and so honestly, that's like hyper spiritualize it, but it's like when you completely surrender everything and let go and say, God, I give you everything. It's like, why didn't I do this before? Because there's so much more freedom and surrender. Yeah. And it's like, that's not trying to be a Christianese term, but it really is. There's freedom and surrender. I think that's spiritually a way that we can kind of view this as saying that, okay, if we just step into it and just go, I'm just going to do it and take a dive head first, man, the freedom that you feel. So. Yeah.
Okay. And this is the all new River Morning Show. And so we're morning people. Would love to hear how you get your morning started. Still leaning into getting started, your song.
I love it.
Give us the behind the scenes, Jeremy Camp. What's your morning routine?
That's another thing that I'm not good at is getting up.
You and I have so much in common.
Yeah, so trying to get started getting up, it's difficult. I try to wake up and I love reading my Bible first thing in the morning because there's and I'm not saying that every single morning I do that. I wish I could say that, man, I was super Christian and every single morning I do. But I also know that when I do it, it just keeps my mind focused on the right things. And so coffee, Bible, perfect. Then I go work out.
That's
I
awesome.
try to do spiritual and then physical.
Yeah. You're well-rounded. You and I have so much in common. Except for I don't have a music career or a movie about my life or...
We're just finding out that he has a secret dream to be you, Jeremy.
Right.
Wait, maybe we're like distant cousins. You have an uncle?
Where are you from?
You're
You have an
feeding
uncle
into
named
this.
I'm from Indiana, so I mean,
I grew up in northern Michigan.
You're going to regret
So-
this, man. I'm telling you.
my uncle lives in northern Michigan, so maybe I don't know.
Did we
Oh,
just
boy.
become best friends?
Wow.
So let's talk about Chad's new niece. Your daughter is a blooming a blooming music career. Let's say maybe that's getting ahead of it, but she's got some real talent, and we're excited to hear where she's at and what she's got coming.
Yeah, so we actually during I had a lot of time, and so she wrote a bunch of songs, and we were like, hey, why don't we record an album for you? And so we've been sitting around, and she's going to be 18 in September. She's going to Eastern Europe in Georgia.
Wow.
For a mission school in the fall. So I mean that's like it's a lot to handle. But to be sitting with my daughter and recording songs with her and spending that time with her before she leaves is such a massive thing as a father, to just be able to spend that time with her. And so she's just writing songs and just to hear she is very creative, and she does not write typical lyrics. It's very deep, very much introspective, and it's beautiful. And so just sit here and listen to her heart come out as she's singing these songs, and her talent has been so beautiful. As a father, to watch that's been amazing.
Where does she get that? Does talent run in the family, or like?
I think it's our uncle. I think.
Your mutual uncle. That's right.
Yeah, our mutual uncle.
This is great. I'm going to get on Ancestry.com
Don't
later,
do it.
and I'm going to find out that we are actually related. Is it a mind trip to have a movie about your life, like sitting in a movie theater watching someone else play you? Do you ever have this moment where you're like, I wouldn't have said it that way. I didn't walk like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because there's one moment in the movie where I remember being like, and I asked the director. Sorry, I had something in my throat.
Is it choking you up? You're like, oh, this movie about my life, man. I love talking about my movie.
You got me. And I remember, like, in part of the scene, it was KJ, the guy playing me, and they had me being very ambitious. And I went up to like Jean-Luc, my mentor, or the guy that I really looked up to, and was like, hey, how do you make in the music business? I never actually was like that. And I asked him, I said, why do you want to put that in there, even though it's not super accurate? And they said, well, we have to make it make sense that he's your mentor, like a quick reason to make okay, buddy, let me help you out. Because if we try to like show the slow way that he was your mentor, it doesn't work out. I'm like, oh, okay. So really that was the only thing. I mean, there is a lot of things that he did or said or how he acted that were definitely very much me. My wife even said, like, even us interacting off stage or off camera and messing around, she's like, you guys are two peas in a pod. So
you could have put that long relationship play with Jean-Luc in like the extended version. I mean, you've seen Lord of the Rings, right? Like they have like 5-hour
Director's
version.
cut.
Right, exactly.
there is a 3-hour version of the movie.
Oh gosh.
They cut an hour of the movie out. Yes.
Oh man. Is it like?
Sadly, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask. Is it like it's a recording session, like a real life recording session?
Just the whole time, yeah.
An
For a
additional
whole
hour is just like, let's do that take again.
No, there was a scene that they cut out. I was so sad because my wife actually wrote a song for this one scene, and she sang it. It was just like this rock song because her character is the Benjamin Gate and the rock band she was in, and they had to cut it out. It just didn't kind of fit the flow, everything that was happening. But she ended up winning on this. I think it was called We Love Christian Music Award or something. She won this rock song of the year for it.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Would you look at that?
Yeah, so she got to have some kind of praise in a sense for what she did. So
that's where his daughter gets it's from her mom.
Yeah.
100% my wife.
Big Benjamin Gate fan. I've blamed you for a long time for breaking them up, but
So did a lot of people.
Still got a lot of bitterness in my soul, but I'll work over it.
I'm Yoko Ono, I know.
You said it, not me. Okay.
That's amazing. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. We're talking about how we're related, and that's really all that matters. And I think we're close to the time, man.
I think the bell's about to ring.
Yeah.
So
really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you sharing your talents with the country. And in all honesty, like you're one of those guys that I personally am so glad that you're making music, and I know we hear stories all the time that of people that are so glad that you're making music, and
thank you.
Keep being in Jeremy Camp.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'd be great. Don't break up that band.
Hope they extend your contract.
Yes, there's like the serious moment, and then you have to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't go
We
too
can't do
serious
anything
too long.
else. Yeah.
Very similar. For
That's
sure.
Uncle Chad. Just tell the
Yeah,
kids.
that's why we're related for sure.
Jeremy, thanks so much, man. We appreciate it. Take care of yourself.
Guys, appreciate you guys.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
Bye.
All right, bye.